Hi guys! So far, we've got an intro and a couple of different sections. It's time to flesh that out to make a full track. The first thing we can do is copy the two main sections and repeat them again. Control-click and drag to select the patterns, and then hold down Shift and drag the selection to copy it. It's quite common for tracks to do something like this, alternating two different sections. But we can't keep on repeating forever, so after 2 repetitions, we want something a bit different. Let's create a short break and build up before returning to the first section again. Copy the pad and automation clip to the end of the track and repeat the pad twice. We will need to extend the cutoff automation on the pad. You can drag the end of the clip to make it longer and then add more points. Alternatively, simply drag out the final point in the automation clip. Copy the reverse crash, riser and automation to just before the break with the pad. Press F4 to add a new pattern. Call it kick and give it a color. Locate bass drum and create a pattern with just 4 kicks. You might remember that we can easily do this by right-clicking the instrument and filling every 4 steps. Let's add this pattern to the final section of the break. We can leave the last bar empty for now. Let's also copy the riser and reverse crash to the end of the break. Now for the final drum pattern, which should build up a bit more excitement. Press F4 and call the pattern drum fill. Give it a color. Then add 4 kicks as before. Next, we want to add a whole load of snare hits to the second half of the bar. Add the pattern to the end of the break. Let's select the break in the playlist and press space to listen to what we have. That's not bad, but I think it could be better. Make sure you still have the snare channel selected and hit F7 to open the piano roll. Let's change the velocity of the snares so they aren't all the same. There's a quick and easy way to do this. Simply right-click and draw a line from the first to last note to increase the volume of the hits in the fill. That should build up nicely. Let's listen to the end of the break again. I think that's better. You can actually edit velocity in the step sequencer too, but personally, I find it so much easier to do in the piano roll. After the break, let's repeat the first section again. Copy the first section to after the break. We still need an ending. Let's create an outro using the blocks we already have. Copy the melody pattern one more time at the end of the track. Copy the 2 pad patterns and the cutoff automation as well. Once you've made bigger changes to the arrangement, it can be a good idea to listen to them in the context of the track. Select everything from just before the break until the end of the track, then hit space to listen. So, after listening back, I think we want to keep the pads playing throughout the final section, so let's fill in the gaps. You might want to adjust the filter automation for the different sections. You could create separate automation clips for each section. Just remember that right-click adds new points, and you can right-click a point to delete it or change the type of line connecting the points. Also, remember that unless you are using the trial version, you can use Make Unique to create unique copies of your automation clips directly in the playlist after you've copied them. Before we end, let's add some labels to the playlist so we know what everything is. Clear the selection in the playlist and move the playhead to the first bar by clicking in the timeline. Open the playlist's menu and select Time Markers, Add One. As you can see, the shortcut for this is Alt-T. Enter Intro and hit Enter to name the marker. Once you've added a time marker, you can right-click in the timeline to add markers at that position. As well as making it easy to identify the structure of your track, you can double-click a marker to quickly select that section in the playlist. This is great for choosing to loop a section of your track while you work on it. I suggest you go ahead and label all the sections of the track in the playlist. When you finish polishing your arrangement, join me in the next video and we'll look at cleaning up any issues as we finalize the mix.